Hi everyone and welcome to another video. And today I have with me a Lenovo Yoga, I think it's Slim 7 Ultra 7, something weird like that. It has unique size of screen, which is 15.3. It has OLED and it's supposed to be a really good device. So enough chit chat, let's open up and see what there is inside of it. So let's start by opening up the box. Oh, a box within a box. How lovely. Nice. Oops. Nice. Aura Edition. Imagined with Intel. Okay. So again, new sticker, probably like something that's better for the environment. And I do like it and I support it. And now let's open up again and see what there is inside within that box. On the right, we usually have the charger. Let's see what kind of a charger we've received this time. From the size of it, I can already tell that it's the faster 65 watt charger that usually comes with the more expensive devices, unless it's the no, it is 65 watts, and I like it. It's a little bit smaller, a little bit funkier, and I like it. Perfect, Lenovo. Now let's proceed to the laptop, or what anything else that there is inside of it here. Probably there are some stuff to read we don't really care about. So here is the device. So let's unwrap it and see what there is inside. Ooh, thin, nice. All right, so let's open it up and see what we have inside. Oh, Lenovo. All right, so what we have over here, we have a few stuff that we need to talk about. So plastic-free packaging, worry-free planet. I like it. But let's talk a little bit about the computer, the laptop itself. So first of all, when we first open up the laptop, we can see that the device, the screen is very reflective. You can actually see me. And the keyboard, well, I like the keyboard, although I must say that that's looking like an older generation, like 3, 4, 5 years ago for the home edition of devices. And I mean, I get it, the device is gray and they wanted to go with a gray keyboard, but I think if they'll go with, I don't know, a black one or maybe other color, I don't know, that would be better. Now, before getting to the ports and talking in depth with the device, let's see if I can open it up with one finger or 2 fingers, whatever. One finger test fails, but if we'll do like 2 fingers, it fails as well. It needs support to open up. All right, let's talk ports because that's what we care about. On the right, we have full USB, Thunderbolt Type-C, power on and off, and a shutter for the camera, which is great. I love seeing those, even though it's still, even though if you still have this button and you know that the camera is shut off, you still have inside of you a feeling that it's still on, right? On the back, we have nothing. On the left, we have full HDMI, another Thunderbolt Type-C. It's actually, I think it's for the charging because there is the LED indicator over here. And a combo jack 3.5 millimeter for your microphone, audio, or whatever that's being connected to this port. So right now I'm holding it with my hands and I can say that it feels a little bit heavy, but not heavy enough. It feels like the 15, I think it's a 15 inch screen, the MacBook Air. It feels basically the same. And you know what? I think I have a MacBook Air over here, the one that I was talking about, referring to. So yeah, they're almost the same size, almost the same thickness, almost the same gray color. The MacBook Air has less ports, and weight-wise, they are very, very, very similar. I think that the MacBook Air feels a little bit more heavy, just by a tiny bit. But yeah, now that we've went through many of the exterior things, let me charge it up and configure Windows, and I'll be back to you in a few seconds. And I'm back with the laptop configured, with 2 games downloaded, all Windows Update, and all Lenovo Vantage, like the automatic Lenovo's drivers application, were downloaded. So, without further ado, let's power up the laptop. And by the way, I must say, nice Lenovo, it's not a phone. Anyway, I don't like it that the power button is on the right. Because, like for example, and by the way, you can see Lenovo Aura Edition imagined with Anvil, which is kind of cute. You can see that if, for example, I'm using my mouse, a lot of times I'm hitting the button, or for some reason, I don't know, I'm holding the device like that, it's just turning off. And I don't like it. I hate it when it's on the side. Maybe if we put it like down somewhere here, maybe you turn back to the original place, it would be better, at least for me. But yeah, beautiful screen. Alright, so let's start with the review. Let's start with the hardware specifications, because I would like to show you what there is inside this laptop. So for the CPU, we have the Intel Core Ultra 7 258V. I'm not sure what the V stands for, but I will guess visual or anything like that. It has 8 cores and 8 logical processors. It has 832 kilobytes of cache, L1. The L2 has 14 megabytes and the L3 has 12 megabytes, which is more than enough for any PC. And the memory. So the memory has 32 gigs of RAM. I would guess that its device has DDR5, but I'm not sure. Intel still cannot figure out how many slots there is for laptops that the RAM is soldered on, and I guess that this device has a RAM soldered on because the device is really thin. So yeah, it's still 8 out of 8, but it's basically 0. For the SSD, we have the Samsung MZAL81TZL-HDLB-00BL2. Nice. It has 1 terabyte of storage. It's supposed to be a really good SSD. We are going to check it up really soon. The NPU has, I would guess, 18 gigabytes. Usually it shows how many flops, but I guess this time it doesn't. And the GPU, which we are going to check with those 2 little games on the back after the benchmarks and everything, so you can skip if you rather check those. It's the Intel Arc 140V, again GPU with 16 gigabytes. I'm going to spoil it to you. It's really good. So now that we have the specifications out of the way, let's talk about the diamond in the middle of the screen. So this screen is 15.3, which is really unique. I think I've never seen a screen this size. It's an OLED that's capable up to 120 Hertz. Let me show you. Up to 120 Hertz refresh rate. It means that it's really, 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 really good. It's crisp, and everything about it is just beautiful. I am going to talk really quick about the biggest disappointment of this screen. But basically, to me, the biggest disappointment is just that how much reflective this screen is. yes, it is touch. It's very precise, really good. If I would use any pen, it would, connect to it without any issue. But because it's so reflective, and even though it has like coated for non-reflective, whatever, it's still extremely reflective. So for example, if I would like to use the screen in dark mode, I'm going to regret it. All of you are going to regret it because now you can see me without any issues, and I don't like it being in the video. So if you are going to use this device or any screen for that matter that is OLED and reflective, just use bright colors like white or anything like that. But it's going it's going to cost you in energy. What it means is, if for example you're going to play on it or use Excel or I don't know, you are going to pay like extra 20%, 12%, I don't know, of energy usage. So it's not good, and hopefully in the near future Lenovo would fix it and would be able to make a screen, a display that is not reflective as much as this one. But except for that, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Anything that can be shown in this display is just magnificent. And for the keyboard, so about the keyboard, in the beginning I spoke about it and said that I don't like how it looks, because to me it feels like Lenovo has recycled the look of the older generations of the home users and the cheapest Lenovo devices that there are. But I made a little mistake. I mean, they are looking like the old ones, but they are actually feeling like the new ones, which is beautiful. It's great. It's rubber, like it's not rubber itself, it's coated with rubber, and it means that every touch feels good and you just want to keep on clicking on it. I don't know. You have to try it yourself. But let me show you like a quick test of me typing something. For example, let's say for example, hello world, how are you today? It's almost Friday. Yeah, it's not Friday. Friday needs to be like that. So yeah, I mean, I love typing on it. It's really quiet. It feels smooth. And even though I don't know how to write Friday, luckily Windows knows how to write it and it fixed it for me. So I just must say that the keyboard is just great. I don't like how it looks, but it feels and acts really good. So I don't know, in the near future, maybe Lenovo, could you please do any other color than gray, because gray familiar with home users and we are not home users. And for the trackpad. So the trackpad is just fair size. It's not too big, it's not too small. I like using it. It's kind of like very precise, very good. It's glass coated. It's not coated, it's glass covered, and very silent, very, again, precise, really good. Any touch that you're using is just works fine. So yeah, nothing to say about it, though. Yeah, I wish they might go with a sensor, but it's fine as it is. So thank you. So let's test the speakers right now, because we would like to do it. So let's go. So finally, after many years, I think Lenovo has finally figured out how to manufacture laptops with wonderful speakers. Finally. Thank you, Lenovo. So these speakers are just great. They are crisp, there is bass, and it feels like in the beginning. We have a MacBook Air over here, or even a MacBook Pro. Great. Thank you, Lenovo. If you are about using it for music or anything creative, or maybe just watching movies, you are going to enjoy it. So let's go further. And now for the camera. So I'm usually trying to skip that part, but I have received so many messages asking me to just have some video tests for the camera. And here is the camera. There is nothing special to say about it except for having the AI implemented into it. So if you're using anything like AI, you can see that it's working really well. And you can even choose backgrounds or portraits or anything like that. The camera is fine, I guess. It's nothing unique, nothing too major, but it's doing its job really well. So yeah, glad you enjoyed it. And now for our nerds, let's benchmark the SSD and see how fast it is. I'll be back once it has finished. And we're back with the numbers. So the read speed, which is whatever is already on your computer, so it's 6140.7, which means everything on your device would be extremely fast. Let's say you want to move one file to another, anything like that, it would be great. The write speeds, which is kind of, I would say kind of disappointment because it feels like it's much faster than that, but yeah. So it's 4576. What it means? It means that everything that you are going to add into your computer, for example, from your disk on key, for your network, whatever, it's going to be quite fast, but not fast as much as I would anticipate it. So yeah, but again, it feels good. So maybe it's just me, maybe this test has failed. Yeah, who knows? And now for the CPU benchmarks. I'm first going to run it without a charger, and then rerun it with a charger. I'm going to leave, if it would stop move, I'm going to leave the charger over here, so you'll see that I've never touched it while doing the benchmark, and I'll be back once it has finished. And we're back with the numbers. So, single core score of 2797, which is nice. Multi-core score of 11,095, which is again great. We must be reminded again that Geekbench tests for the new CPUs and stuff like that is just sometimes acts weird, but those numbers are just fine. Let me show you the rest of the numbers and go to the second CPU test. And now I'm going to run again the same CPU test, but this time with the charger plugged in. The last test took about 4.5 minutes, so hopefully that one will be much faster. And I'll be back once it has finished. And we're back with the numbers. So the single core score is slightly lowered, I don't know why, with the charger. It's 2758. And the multi-core score is 11,133. Those are the numbers of the last test. So it means basically that it doesn't matter if you're using your charger or you are without a charger. So let me show you the rest of the numbers and we'll go to the last test. And now for the last test of the CPU benchmark, we are going to use the Vulkan GPU API and we'll see what kind of numbers we are getting. I'll be back once it has finished. And we are back with numbers. So the Vulkan score is kind of a high number, 35,400. 44. Wonderful. Let me show you the rest of the numbers, and we'll go to the GPU benchmark and see what kind of numbers we are getting there. And lastly, the GPU benchmark of the Intel Arc 140 vGPU with 16 gigabytes. I'll be running the benchmark with the charger, so just so you know, I'll be back once it has finished. So unfortunately, we won't be able to benchmark the GPU. For some reason, Geekbench 6 doesn't like Intel's new Intel Arc GPUs, and I'm getting errors and I'm not able to run it. Even though I've run it twice, it just won't do it. But luckily we have other types of benchmarks. So because Geekbench doesn't like the Intel GPUs, I thought, why not we'll just benchmark with actual games. So let's start the Valheim, and I'll be back once I've entered the game, and we'll see what kind of performance the Intel GPU gives us. So I was able to load up the game, though let me see if I can do anything just to be able to see the screen better. I think it's better like that. So basically, the FPS right now is a little bit lower than 30. I don't know why. And you can actually hear the fans running really, really good. So let me get it closer. And to be honest, they are not that loud. They're even, I would say, not loud. So what we can do about fixing that FPS problem? We should go to settings, graphics, and right now it's unbalanced. So let me lower it to very low, and let's see how the game acts now. So now the game runs really, really smooth. It feels a lot more than 60. I would say about maybe 70, maybe 80, maybe 120, but it feels really, really good. The game is really nice, and yeah. So that was Valheim, but let's test another game that I really, really like. Do you know Wreckfest? So even before beginning the game, let's see the graphics. So the resolution is high as it possible can be. VSync is available. Graphics, basically most of them are on low. But let's see how the gameplay is. Very, very, very smooth. Man, I love Wreckfest. It's one of the games that just make me go back to when I was young, and it was like, I think it was called 8-ball game, something like that. But yeah, the game is really, really smooth, even though there are many, many cars on the playground. And I don't know how to drive with this car because it's so fast, but I can still do some damage. Wow, we're in there. Let me see if I can kill somebody, and we'll be done with that benchmark, just because I'm enjoying it so much. Wow, almost. Let me get that guy if I was able to. Yeah, and we are done, even wrecked 2 of them. So yeah, that's Wreckfest, and I'm just enjoying this game. Well recommended. By the way, one bug that I found is, if let's say you've quit a game, and before the game the FPS, your hertz was 160, it goes low to something like 30, something like that. So if you want to fix it, instead of just restarting your laptop, you should just go to 60 Hz and go back to 120, keep changes, and everything goes back to be silky smooth. So that was the Lenovo Yoga 7, Slim 7, Ultra, whatever. So this laptop is just great. I mean, for my experience, except from the screen being very reflective, it basically has everything you might need. It has really quite good CPU, quite good GPU. almost every port that you might need, even for you guys who are doing business. It's not that heavy and it's not that light. It feels premium. It acts like a premium, and the price, well, it's kind of a pricey. It costs about 1,500 at least over here, but I guess if you be able to find it somewhere cheaper for like, I don't know, $1,000 or anything lower than that, it's a steal. You should get it. It's a wonderful machine. I've enjoyed using it. And if you have any questions about it or would like me to do any follow-up videos about it, just let me know and I'll be happy to do so. So thank you for watching, and if you stayed until this second, so I would just say thank you. I'm making those videos just for you. So have a nice day over there. Bye bye.